With today's top stories and tomorrow's full forecast in the first 5 minutes. Good evening, I'm Charisse LeClaire. Our two-part exclusive report on the heroin epidemic in western Massachusetts concludes tonight with an intimate look at the front lines of the battle. Holyoke police officers making arrests, discovering heroin, and trying to make a dent in a very serious problem. CBS 3 followed them exclusively for 2 nights, and on our second night, we were confronted head-on. Lights flashing, sirens blaring. Holyoke police officer Victor Heredia speeds through South Holyoke. A domestic disturbance has been called in, and he's one of the first to respond.
Right, one, I got him on the camera. He just tried to run into the front door of 556 South Bridge.
Right, we see.
556 South Bridge Street. This is known as a drug haven in Holyoke. Heredia searches the premises for the suspect in question, but minutes later finds something else.
Heroin.
It's not a shocking discovery for authorities in the paper city. Like other parts of western Massachusetts, the drug is a powerful, deadly problem here.
Grew up right on South Summer Street, right down the street.
For Heredia, the crisis in Holyoke takes on more than just a professional meaning.
When you have some type of relationship with them, you know, either friends from high school or stuff like that, it is sad when you see them wrapped up in narcotics, illegal activities like that.
He's one of the many on the ground level here, trying to battle an epidemic that sometimes can feel like war.
But this is one of the fairly bad drug areas in Holyoke right now.
But he takes us to a building on Adams Street that has defied the odds.
Down here, we're gonna go behind a building that was big. And together, you know, with Summers and the rest of the CP officers and Lieutenant Moriarty and other officers, we actually shut the building down.
One weekend this past March, officers swept this place clean.
That building was overrun by drug dealers.
An incredible 110 arrests.
The owner was he was sick of it.
The building is now fortified with these doors, 8 security cameras, and even an in-house satellite police office.
So this is a success right here.
This is a success right here. And we just gotta maintain it.
Heredia tells me the drug battles here begin with gangs. 2 opposing sides, La Familia, which runs South Holyoke, and the Latin Kings, who have taken the Churchill area as their territory. Police say gangs fight to control these neighborhoods where they can sell their drugs to make their money.
That's their livelihood. That's what I guess that's how they survive, if that's what, if you can call it that.
We drive by a park on Chestnut Street that has taken on a disturbing nickname.
Needle Park. It's a kids' playground, it's a kids' water park and everything, and you find needles and syringes in here.
But a part of this battle has nothing to do with arrests.
We talk to them like, listen, you're still young, man. Go out and get a job. Why are you doing this? Why this? You know, we try to kind of put stuff into their head.
It's in an effort to save lives. Just hours before this, Heredia responded to an overdose. It's never a shock, but there are times when it can drain an officer's energy.
I don't want to say it's a never-ending battle, but I mean, it gets tough at times.
Returning back to 556 South Bridge Street and that heroin and cocaine we showed you earlier, that's not the first time Heredia has found the drug here.
Found a ton of heroin. On one of the parties, found a ton of heroin in the hallway stashed, monies, but again, the same guys we caught there, not a week later, they're out still doing the same thing. Looks like we got some coke here, and we got, looks like some heroin.
Now he'll take this heroin back to the department, log it, put it in evidence, all the while knowing that it probably won't be his last trip to 556 South Bridge.
I was checking the hallway. You can sign me a number. I found some heroin and some cocaine.
So where does it all end? For Heredia, it may never end completely, but he turns back to this building, 5 Adams Street, a place he thought could not be taken back from the world of drugs.
I think the same way like we hit that 5 Adams building.
You just have to tackle it.
Just got to tackle it. Just got to hit it head on. And hopefully, you know, like it did with the building, hopefully it works.
Now, as we mentioned in our reports this week, $20 million will be spent in the state to try and tackle this epidemic in a different way, and that's through treatment. The governor tells us his team is still figuring out exact numbers, but western Massachusetts can expect funding for more detox beds Police are hoping that will stem repeat users and help end this crisis.